MLB The Show has baseball now on a Sunday afternoon at Miller Park in Milwaukee. Today, the finale of this 3-game weekend series between the Miami Marlins and the Milwaukee Brewers. It's Brewers baseball next on the show. And here's how the visiting Miami Marlins will line up in this one. Eric Karros, who you focused on.
You know, guys, I think everybody should be keeping an eye on Christian Yelich. He's got that batting average over 300 on the season, a milestone any hitter would be proud of. Been aggressive at the right times, and he's not taking himself out of at-bats by swinging at bad pitches.
Zach Davies gets the ball in Game 3 of the series. What's your take on him, EK?
Well, Matty, he's got close to 200 innings this year. Been very dependable, thrown deep into a lot.
Steve Cook will get his first shot here, and you can see he's got that average up near the 330 mark to begin play.
Well, I don't think this should be a surprise to anybody. Most people know he's one of the best hitters in baseball.
Hey, get your pitch up there. Come on now.
And here's a ball hit in the air. In there, a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Let's watch this swing in show motion. You're going to see this pitch just tie him up in knots, but somehow he's able to fist it all the way out to right field.
Alonso Luis will stand in now, and as you can see there, he comes in currently ranked 7th in RBIs in the National League.
Well, he's really been great at driving in runs all year long, so I expect he'll have no problem keeping it up as the regular season comes to a close.
Runners are at first and second with 1 away. Hit hard on the ground to second, reined in, and he is in there.
No, he's safe.
Oh, this is a bad error right here. He tries to square himself up to second base to get this double play started, but I don't know if his cleats got stuck or what, but this is not a very good throw, and he's going to get stuck with it.
Chris Perez will dig in now. He had a couple of hits in yesterday's contest. Bases are loaded here, 1 man out. Hit the other way out toward right field. Catch is made here in right, and here comes the runner from third. And not in time as the run scores.
And with 1 out and the bases loaded, this isn't the worst thing that could happen to you if you're out there on the mound. They do give up 1 run with the sacrifice fly, but with 2 outs now, they're much closer to avoiding what could have been a huge inning.
Nick Franklin will dig in, and this season certainly hasn't been all that kind to him as he enters play with the average down in the 230s. And that's in there for strike 1. Eric Karros, these Brewers, as they begin play here this afternoon, it was another loss last time out, and this portion of the schedule has not done them any favors as they've dropped 5 of their last 7.
And that includes losses in the first 2 games of this series, so they just need to have something positive go their way. Salvaging the finale might just be the thing.
Time for a look at the umpires working this one. Behind the plate is Darryl Parker.
Well, overall, Parker is a solid umpire, but I have seen sometimes when there was some inconsistency calling the corners. As a pitcher, it seems he doesn't always give you the same spot when it's on the black.
Throw on to second for the force, and the side is retired. Marlins forced to settle for 1. We'll move on to the bottom half of inning number 1. It's the Marlins 1, the Brewers coming to bat. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Steve Cook is the batter. Got a base hit in his first trip.
Steve Cook.
High fly ball out to straightaway center. Hamilton has it in his tracks, and that's the 3rd out. 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins, but they hold a 1-0 lead. Steve Cook will dig in now. A single and a fly out for him in 2 trips thus far.
And you know, I think he's had a good approach in each of his first 2 at-bats. He seems to be seeing the ball well and putting some decent swings on it.
Hey, one pitch right here.
On the ground to the left side. From deep in the hole. And the throw will not be in time, as I don't think he was going to get him anyway, but a fine effort nonetheless.
This would have taken a superhuman effort right here, deep in the hole. You see, he doesn't have time to plant himself, so he just leaps into the air, fires it across the diamond. Just a great effort, but this was always going to be a base hit.
Alonso Luis will stand in for the 3rd time now, still without a hit, so that streak could be in a bit of jeopardy.
And I think that's in the back of his mind, but it's not something he's really focused on. He just wants to get up there and put a good swing on the ball.
Ground ball right side. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. So no runs on a hit here, no errors. Into the box, Steve Abbott. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Yeah, and hopefully he got that out of his system. They really need him to come through right here.
This is line to left. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Not a bad guy to have hitting in your 8th spot. That guy's no slouch up there. Comes through the solid.
Steve Cook ready for another at-bat now. He's 2 for 3 so far.
Yeah, and you can bet he'd love to get himself that 3rd hit. Those are the kind of games that puts a little extra pep in your step.
Into the windup and the pitch. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
Well, you know, you hear it all the time because it's true. First pitch strikes are so important. It really changes the complexion of the at-bat for not only the pitcher but the hitter as well, especially when you've got a good hitter up there.
Hit hard up the middle. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit.
Oh, yeah, he's got that magic wand going now. That's his 3rd hit in 4 trips, all of them singles, and he's been a tough out all game long.
Alonso Luis will stand in, and they've been able to hold him in check so far. 0 for 3 to this point.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising that he's been a non-factor in this one. Usually a major force in their offense.
Come on, big guy. One time.
3 runs, 9 hits, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. Runners off for second. Drilled right back up the middle. He's got it. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Marlins lead 1, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. Steve Cook digs in, coming off a single in his last at-bat.
Steve Cook.
And he'll look at a fastball that doesn't miss by a whole lot. It's 1-0.
A lot of righty pitchers will throw that 2-seamer to right-handed hitters. Make sure that pitch gets inside instead of staying out over the plate. That one ran just a little too much to catch the corner.
Hey, your turn. Drive me in right here.
Hit hard back up the middle. And that's through for a hit.
Yeah, really not a bad pitch when you look at it. This is at the knees with some movement. He just uses the center of the diamond and checks in here with a base hit.
Alonso Luis will stand in now in what could be one of the bigger at-bats of the ball game.
And what he has to do right here is put his 0 for 4 out of his mind. He hasn't had the greatest of performances to this point in the game, but he could make up for it with a big hit right here.
Looking to keep this a one-run game. High and deep to right center field. Chen going back on it. He can't get there, so the inning will continue. And the runner from second is in to score. And not in time as the second run scores. And the screen shows the story right there, as that hitting streak will live to see another day.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is really amazing, and everybody's looking at this now. It gets harder and harder to do when people are paying attention.
Michael Reed gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Left side, speared on the dive. He goes to first. Throw on to first, and the ball game is over.
And how about that for putting an exclamation point on a victory? Just a super play there to record the final out with some style.
Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he definitely turned in the standout performance in this one. He finishes with an even 10 strikeouts, and he was instrumental in leading his guys to the victory.
So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. To find out more, head on over to theshownation.com. The Marlins win it 5-2. So long.